Hey guys, it's AD again, and today, as a project on the weekend, it is Saturday, so I decided to, again, just like I did with my quarter-inch figures the weekend, I think a weekend ago or maybe the weekend prior to that, I had to pull the batteries out of those figures to make sure that there was no corrosion or anything in there because the batteries had died in those figures. What we're going to do today, since I had to pull the figures out of their packaging, I figured I might as well profile them on the channel. So that's what we're going to get done here today. So to start off, we're going to start it off with Yoda, Legendary Yoda. I really liked this particular figure when I saw it. And I like the box in particular, and that's why this is the only figure that I'm going to profile the box for. Ironically enough, the design of the box is very similar to the Sideshow figure boxes with the gray kind of V design there, and then the black background behind the figure. So that's actually interesting that it's similar to the boxing of the Sideshow figures, which is obviously a higher grade of figures. So that's another thing that I like about this box because it is similar to the Sideshow figures. And this is a side view of the box, giving you some of the functions of the interactive Jedi or Yoda. You can actually ask him questions, and he will answer the questions. And then, of course, he can show you how to use the Force and things of that nature. So this is a really neat interactive figure right here, and that's one of the reasons why I bought it. But I thought it was interesting. So that's the side view of the box, and then here's the back of the box. And then, of course, what I'll do is get some closer shots of the box. So you guys, if you want to pause the video and read the information that's on the box, you can do so in case you're interested. But this is the back of the box right here. Again, showing more functions with Yoda, and then more, again, very interesting photography of the figure itself. This one in particular has the background of Dagobah in there, and again, I'm going to get some closer shots of that so you guys can see that. This one right here is obviously the Senate chamber background. And then I believe this background that's behind this photo right here of the figure is the background for his initial battle with the Emperor in the Emperor's chambers in the Senate room, I believe. So it's very, very, again, I love the photo photography on the box, especially when they add the background that was actually depicted in the films. Obviously, this is from Revenge of the Sith. Those backgrounds are from Revenge of the Sith, so I really enjoy that as well. So again, gives you information on the functions of the figure. So it's a really, again, I'm really into box photography. On how some of these figures come in, and again, they've done a really good job with this. Probably, I might have to say on par, not the figure itself, but the box photography is probably on par with Sideshow, but as far as the box is concerned, which is really impressive. So that's the box right there, guys. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the other figures right here, and we're going to pull Yoda out of the box as well, and see his interactive functions. And then we'll also get these guys going and get their functions going so you can see what that looks like. All right, so guys, we got Yoda out of the box. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a couple of his features. He is an interactive figure. He does answer questions to the best of his abilities. So we are going to flip the switch back here and take a look at his features.
Wait.
Yoda, show me the ways of the Force.
More, yes. Always in motion and masterpiece.
Yoda, show me the dark side.
The dark side. Destroy the Sith. We must.
So as you guys can see, he is a very active toy, but he's it's really nice figure, cool interactive figure, and he has a lot of features. He also comes with this cane as well. You just plug it in just as you do with the lightsaber. And again, he is an interactive figure and answers all sorts of questions. So it's a really nice toy and figure, and it's obviously a very nice addition to the collection. So like I said, I had to, and I've had them for a few months actually, maybe about 4 or 5 months. I've actually had them, but again, I never took the batteries out of the figure itself. So took the opportunity to do that today, and then of course took the opportunity to make this video. So we're going to take a look at the other 3 items that I have here today that I showed earlier. That's going to be Kylo Ren. Then it's also going to be the AT-AT, the remote AT-AT, and then of course we have the famous Chewbacca. All right, guys. So first up we have here is Kylo. So we're going to get a quick look at Kylo and some of the features that he has here. He obviously is a interactive doll, and he does, or a figure, and he does have the light up saber and talking features, phrases, different phrases that he says. So we do have him in play mode at the moment. I need to get him activated, which now he is. So you raise the saber, and it lights up. If you move the saber around, he will make different sounds, and he will say phrases.
You know what I've come for.
So you have that particular mode right there. And then if you leave the sword idle, it will go down, and then if you move this on,
I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
you will get the different phrases.
I've moved to the light. Is it true? Just a scavenger. I've moved to the light. Just a scavenger.
So those are a couple of his phrases, and of course with the saber, and you can move it around. It makes different noises, so it's really quite neat, very neat. The only thing is that what I like about the Chewie version of this is Chewie is interactive. You can speak to Chewie, and he'll go through his various motions and phrases just off of voice command. Unfortunately, Kylo doesn't have that particular feature.
I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
You have to raise the arm in order to get him to say the various phrases that he has. But, you know, it's still very neat. And then you got the sword there that lights up. So, very, very nice. I think I really enjoyed this guy right here. So we're going to take a look at the next item, guys. So we're going to get that started for you here. All right, guys, we got Chewbacca right here. As you can see, he's eager to get himself profiled here. So we're going to get started with him. We're going to put him. We're going to show a couple of features of him here. So let's start with the first of his phrases. And then we're going to do another one. And then if you lift up his bowcaster. So that's Chewy right there, guys. He's really neat, just as neat as Kylo there. And again, not really anything that you would particularly not anything that you would particularly keep posed, but he is a lot of fun, as you guys can see. Actually, a little bit more fun than Kylo, actually, because you don't have to move the sword around. You just simply lift. Yeah, so I think I like Chewy a little bit better, guys. But I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. But yeah, he's really kind of neat, and you know, he's got a couple of different modes and a couple of different sayings. So he's really neat, guys. And then all of this is obviously some kind of synthetic type of fur. The headpiece here is a rubber sculpt, which is not too bad. I mean, considering for what it is, an interactive toy and not particularly something that you would put up in a display. So just a lot of fun, and he's really neat. And he's also interactive, guys. So a really neat item that I really enjoy, actually, and I'm glad I picked him up. So we're going to take a look at the remote control AT-AT. So let's get a look at that AT-AT, guys. All right, guys, so we have the AT-AT here, and we're going to do obviously look at some of the features that he has. It is a remote AT-AT. However, I didn't pull the remote out because I just didn't feel like pulling everything out of the packaging. And as you can see, I still actually left some of the plastic pieces and some of the stuff in place, because I am going to put them back in the package. Like I had mentioned in a previous video, I don't have my displays up at the moment, so all of this stuff has to go back in the box. So I didn't want to pull the remote and everything out, but I can still put on a pretty good demonstration in the Tri-Me mode with this item right here. So we're going to take a look at him real quick. And actually, what I'm going to need to do with this guy is, well, he might be able to get his first little steps right here. But what I'm probably going to have to do is put him on the ground. All right, guys, so let's get a look at our first little demonstration of the AT-AT here. So that's his first little baby steps right there. Again, he is a remote control. He can move back and forwards, side to side. He can even turn. I believe the legs pivot. All right, guys, I want to thank you very much for watching the video and enjoying the content on the channel. So we're going to end the video here today, and also wanted to show off my new Rebels Season 2. Probably going to go upstairs and watch that in just a bit. And then, of course, I also purchased the complete Star Wars saga for the additional content. I actually purchased both Blu-rays for the additional content, but guys, again, I appreciate you allowing me to show off my stuff here today and show off my various figures here. Me too, Kylo. And Chewy, why don't you send us home? Chewy? And may the Force be with you. Always.